What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another Monday Market Update here on CoinLogic TV. Today we are starting our Po' Boy 10x trading challenge on the new Pancakeswap perpetual trading platform. So I'm going to be getting that started today. I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to be doing, how I'm going to be kind of running things, and seeing how fast I can turn $200 into $2,000. So, because trying to do something for my average Joes here, because I look out on YouTube and these other platforms and I'm seeing 10,000 to 100,000 challenge. It's like, well, what about the guys that don't have a ton of money? So that's what we're doing here, guys. So we're also going to be taking a look at the crypto markets as we always do, and as always, our macro update, brought to you by our friends over at Comdex.one, who are trying to democratize global finance systems using synthetic assets on their new platform. So we're going to be taking a look at all that and more, so stay tuned, guys. And welcome back to another Monday Market Update here on CoinLogic TV. It is Monday, May the 30th, 2022. Last week was my 40th birthday, so I was hit or miss on content. Kind of taking some time for myself, doing some personal reflection, kind of seeing like what direction I wanted to take my life and channels, that kind of thing. So that's what also spawned the whole 10x trading challenge. I really wanted to do something to challenge myself, to show myself that I can do this kind of thing and do it on a full-time basis, because with these market hits, man, it's been rough. It's been absolutely rough. And not just that, but the gas, the food prices, everything going on. We're going to be taking a look at all that and kind of seeing what good old Michael Burry's explanation is. But first, we're taking a look at these crypto markets here on coin-logic.com, my personal little research site here. You can see I have made some changes. We now have 4 tabs here on the top. So we got the live crypto market that shows you the top 100. And then we have got the trending page here, which has got our top 10 gainers, our top 10 losers of the top 100 here. So as we're taking a look at this, the top 10 gainers today are Terra Luna Classic. I don't know why you guys are still playing around with this, but anyway, it's up 61%. I'm never touching that thing with a 10-foot pole again. And then we have got Waves, Helium, Synthetics, Thorchain, Loopring, Aave, Steppen, Airwave, and Cardano, rounding out the top 10 gainers of the top 100, all up crazy amounts. Like Waves is up 42%, Helium's up 37%, and then it goes into the teens. But our top 10 losers of the top 100, we've got Everdome down 12.82%. EVMOS is down 4.13%. Chain is down 2.2%. We got Frax down, and then it's just stable coins. So yeah, we are actually seeing some good green action going on in the markets, not just the crypto markets. We're going to be taking a look at your broader indices and that kind of thing here in just a moment as well. But even with this green in the market, our fear and greed index for Bitcoin is still at a 10. So basically the overall social sentiment of the markets is not looking so hot still, where people are still extremely fearful of what's going on. But we see over here that our technicals are actually starting to neutralize a bit. So we are in the neutral zone on the daily time frame for Bitcoin. We have 8 of our oscillators and indicators that are screaming sell signals. We've got 10 of them are in neutral, and 8 of them are actually a buy right now, which is kind of bringing that neutrality to us. And so yeah, that's basically what's going on the trending stuff right now. Taking a look at the charts, you come over here to our charts tab, and we're going to be seeing, you see this big old fat green candle we've got going on here on the daily time frame. It's looking really nice. Let's go pop on our RSI here. And so the relative strength index is basically like a momentum indicator. So in case you don't know, it's a tool that I use a lot. Actually, it's one of my favorite indicators, and it's a very widely used indicator by a lot of traders. So the this is showing that the momentum is actually starting to go on a nice little rise. We did back here in the early part of May did go into oversold territory. That was where this big liquidation candle happened. But since then, we've just been kind of riding still in this RSI bearish territory, but we're starting to actually break up. Once we break up above the 50 line, if we can break up above that, then we'll be in some bullish territory. That, for me, is looking like it's going to be needing to break this 31,000 line. That's what I need to see. I need to see this 31,000 line broken and acted and then retested as support for me to really get super long-term bullish. For our Po' Boy challenge, we're going to be doing a lot of short-term trading, so you're going to be seeing a lot of the 1, 5, 15, 3, 1, 3, 5, and 15-minute charts. I like doing that because when I'm actually like in there doing scalp trades and stuff like that, using leverage trading, playing up, playing down, you can make money all kind of different ways in these markets. My longer term trades, my bigger money trades, those are going to be more on like the longer swing trades. So the trading challenge may not have as many longer term trades. This is more portfolio stuff for me. So when I'm looking at Bitcoin on the daily, the weekly, I'm looking at my portfolio and that kind of thing and seeing how I'm going to be flipping stuff around there. But when I'm going to be hitting down on these real-time time frames, that's when I'm going to be doing my little crazy AD. I call it my ADD degen trading because I'm about as ADD as they come. And yeah, those short-term time frames actually do pretty well for me. Because what I have a problem with sometimes is when I'm in a trade, if I'm in a longer-term trade, my brain doesn't like longer-term thinking in a lot of cases, and then I just end up screwing stuff up. But when I get into that short-term stuff, that's when it gets a little fun. So, but anyway, we'll get into more of that here in just a minute. But for right now, we're just kind of taking a look at this long-term aspect. Now, we are seeing here that we did have this sharp bottom down. This can be considered basically, and Bitcoin likes to do these things, these Adam and Eve double bottom kind of situations. The same kind of thing happened back in 2017, 2018, or it was actually 2018 when we took the big drop down and then came back up, and then it was like a nice, rounded bottom up. Now, this could be the case of what we're forming here, and if so, we could be seeing some upward targets of around 35, 37,000, that kind of thing, which would be great. Really looking forward to that kind of stuff if we can break above this 31,000 level. That's it. It has to do that for me to get bullish and take a long on a long-term trade like that. So that's where we're standing with Bitcoin here. So I'm taking the data as it comes. Like I said, we've had a nice, couple of green days this week, So this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, were both green days. And then today, Monday, trading opened and we started shooting up. So hopefully we are going to be starting to push back into some bullish territory soon. Let's take a look at BNB real quick because this is going to be a big part of our trading challenge here. One of the coins that I'm going to be looking at trading. So you can see it kind of did something similar, not quite as, it has had a little bit more upside than Bitcoin. And you can see now that we are back above this $300 level, pretty solid. And we are at 312.80 right now currently. Hive is back up to almost 50 cents. It's doing the same kind of thing as Bitcoin is that you can see there. But RSI momentum is pointing up. Litecoin, we got a 5% gain today, looking very similar to Bitcoin. So yeah, you can we just got green all the way around today. It's really nice, and it feels good when you got green going on in the markets. It doesn't feel good when everything's looking all bloody. On down here in the charts tab, you can see that we've got this is Bitcoin on the 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, and 1 week chart here. I would like to be able to figure out how I can actually where you can put a symbol in here and it'll change the symbol, but I'm gonna work on some of that, because I think that would actually be a really cool little tool to be able to check out these different time frames so that you can look at your macro time frames here, your 1 minute to 1 hour. You can look at the 1 day to 1 week and kind of see what it's doing on the longer term time frames. which I'm really liking seeing this green here on the 1 week, because we just started this new weekly candle and we're in the green there. So because we were in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks of downtrend. That Bitcoin has never done that before. It's the longest downtrend on a weekly time frame that we've seen on Bitcoin so far. So hopefully we can keep some upward momentum for the next week or so, and we can start seeing a little bit more upside. But hey, you know what? 20,000 is still not out of play, guys. So let's zoom back out, because if we bump our head here and we continue to go down, let's see. Oh no, we're on Litecoin here. Sorry, guys. Let's go back up here to Bitcoin. All right, yeah, Bitcoin on our daily time frame here. So if we lose this, so if we bop our head here and we can't break through and go to the upside, we could absolutely see more downside. That's where we could come back and retest 25, and then below 25, there's nothing until we get to 19,000, 19.5, which was the previous top. So there's really nothing to hold us there. So we really need the bulls to push through 31,000 and find that bullish momentum back. Now, I've been hearing from a lot of the macro guys, like Raoul Paul, that this bear market's going to be over soon. But according to people like Michael Burry, let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. So the Big Short investors, so they made a whole movie about this guy because he was able to call the 2008 recession. He is warning of a looming consumer recession, and then more earnings trouble from a lot of these companies, because like Walmart and Target have been, showing like historically low numbers as far as their earnings and the earnings numbers and that kind of thing. People aren't buying. The economy is just doing really horribly right now, but they want us to think that everything's going to be okay, while all of the World Economic Forum, Davos people are all meeting right now, kind of trying to conspire about how they're going to bring complete control out of over everybody. They're destroying everything is what they're doing. So, that's why I'm in crypto, is because it'll gives me at least that much of a chance to get out of their system and fight back and try to build better systems for everybody out there on the planet. So, I just realized my mic is pretty hot. So sorry if it's, sounding weird or clipping out. I'm going to turn that down for just a second. And there we go. Somehow the mic got turned up. Anyway, all right. Taking a look at this article here. So the Michael Burry recession warning. The famous investor and founder of investment firm Scion Asset Management, Michael Burry, warned on Friday about a looming consumer recession and more earnings trouble ahead. So he is best known, like I said, for foreseeing the whole subprime mortgage crisis in 2007 to 2010. So they, like I said, they made a whole movie called The Big Short about him. Anyway, so what he said on Twitter on Friday was, U.S. personal savings fell to 2013 levels, the savings rate to 2008 levels, while revolving credit card debt grew at record-setting paces back to the pre-COVID peak, despite all these trillions of cash dropped in their laps. A looming consumer recession and more earnings trouble. So his tweet includes two images. So the first shows a sharp decline in U.S. personal savings. So that's like, your average everyday person, their savings are starting to dwindle because inflation is kicking everything's ass right now. So inflation's absolutely through the roof, and we have not seen these kind of inflation levels at least since the 70s. So the other shows a steep rise in consumer credit that is outstanding. So you're going to see here, this is the first chart that is showing the decline in the personal savings. Sorry about that. So this is your major decline here. And then you're going to see the rise in consumer credit because people are having to use credit cards to basically survive right now. I know, because I'm kind of one of them. Especially after the last market drop and losing a lot of money in UST, or what I call U shit. So, is what it is. Anyway, at the time of writing, there were 476 comments on Burry's tweet, which had been liked 11,000 times and retweeted 2.5 thousand times. So a lot of people are agreeing with it. So, I mean, it's just wild, to see how supply chains are just shutting down, how basically the economy is just shrinking and is just kind of shutting down, and they're watching it happen. They're just letting it all happen, and they're ushering it all in so that they can take more control over everybody, so that they're going to have everybody wanting to rely on the governments. That is where personal responsibility and personal production is going to start coming into play. So people need to really start learning how to grow their own food, produce their own goods. I mean, 3D printing, it's not hard to learn. I got one of my best friends. He started out doing 3D printing drone parts, and now he's got, 10 printers, and those things are running nonstop, and he's making money selling his own produced products. So there's ways that people can do it on an everyday consumer kind of level. So where these corporations are starting to show a lot of shrinkage, that is where the decentralization needs to come and take into effect. That's where people need to take back the production. So like we're trying to take back the money supply with Bitcoin and with cryptocurrencies, people need to take back production with growing their own food and creating their own products and that kind of thing. So, that's my personal thing, and that's my personal advice, is learn how to grow food in small spaces. You can do that with microgreens. Microgreens, you can get a ton of nutrients and that kind of thing. And then you can also do, 3D printing. Start producing your own stuff instead of feeding the beast of Amazon or, whatever, Walmart, Target, that kind of thing. Instead of continuing to feed those beasts, create your own products. So anyway, we're going to talk about the Po' Boy Challenge real quick. The Po' Boy Challenge is going to be a $200 to $2,000 challenge that I'm going to be doing on Pancakeswap. This is on Binance Smart Chain. Honestly, I still think it's one of the, next to, I guess, Ethereum, it's probably the best DeFi chain out there. But anyway, we have got, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be splitting this up into two pieces. So I'm going to have a DeFi portion and then the trading money. So the DeFi portion of things is going to be just kind of sitting there chilling, right? So I'm going to be earning some cake tokens, and I'm going to be doing that through the cake to BNB. What I'm going to be doing is using that, if I need to take out and use for gas fees or trading fees, I can take out of that pool and just put it into the trading platform, and I'm good to go. The other piece is that it could be earning cake tokens that I could be running into, trading into USDT, and putting that into the perpetual trading platform to increase the balance there. And it's also just, kind of the way that I play in a casino. All right. So if I go to a casino, I'm going to take $200. I'm going to stick $100 in one pocket that's going to be played on, and I'm going to stick the other $100 in my back pocket, and I'm not going to touch it unless I absolutely have to. If I run out of my first initial money, then I'll go for the reserves. So that's what the farm is going to act as. So I'm going to be going into cake to BNB farm, because you can, even at 29.87% APR, due to the 40x multiplier here on Pancakeswap, that is going to increase the earnings. All right. So I'm actually going to be making more than I would on some of these higher APR pools. So we're going to be sticking it into cake to BNB, letting it churn out some cake. I'm going to be moving that cake into the trading fund. All right. So hopefully letting that grow just a little bit here and there. And like I said, using it as a reserve. Now, the other bit is going to stay into USDT, and it is going to go into the Pancakeswap perpetual trading platform. All right. So you do have to use MetaMask, and if you are a U.S. citizen, you have to use a VPN because, land of the free, am I right? So yeah, you have to use a VPN out of the country, and you are good to go to trade, and that's what I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to put the $100 of USDT in here, and that's what we're going to start trading with. And I'm actually going to still trade. I'm going to do, each trade is going to be 10% of the pot. So that's 10% of the 200. So I'm going to be trading $20 at a time at 10x leverage. And that's what I want to start at and just kind of go from there. And hopefully we can just keep increasing that. So, and I'm going to see how quickly I can get to $2,000. So if for whatever reason or another I blow out the first $100, that's what the reserves and the DeFi are going to be for. Hopefully I don't blow myself out, and hopefully I keep blowing it up and keep increasing the amounts. So that's the goal. So I want to be able to do something for the guys that, because a lot of times, like I said, with these other, influencers and stuff out there on YouTube and the other platforms, a lot of them already have a lot of money, and they can start with $1,000 or start with $10,000 and trade it up to $100K. Cool. Good for you. Most of us can't do that, right? So that's what I got for you guys. I'm going to be starting with 200 and seeing how quickly we can turn it into 2,000. And then maybe, hey, we can continue it on to see how we can go from 2,000 to 20,000. That would be really cool to continue that on. So anyway, that's going to be it for the day. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't get wrecked out there. Be careful. We may be seeing some more downside, but we could be breaking above, and we could be starting to see a little bit more consolidation to the bullish side. So it could happen. We're just taking the data as we come. Again, no financial advice here. I'm just a dude trying to make it just like everybody else and trying to do it on a nomadic level, live life on my terms without having to have that job and that kind of thing. So doing the best I can, scraping by in some cases, but hey, we're all in this together. So let's do this together. Let's have fun with it. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Be cool, be real, always abide, and peace out.